sir.
Because then I want to do the training. I'm not going to be able to get through the whole training, but I'm going to be able to give you guys on some of these things. So this is more for closing than you can apply everything in closing. You can apply to the set. This was Trey's last set last week, and I made a lot of mistakes on this appointment. Made a lot of mistakes. First, I showed up there, and I didn't think they were going to say it because I thought it was something that we booked out 2 months ago. So I wasn't even mentally prepared for it. And then when we got in the house, I wasn't mentally prepared for the lady, who was an absolute savage. This lady was a savage, dude. And so at the end, there's two different personalities. He's logical brain, math brain, wants to feel safety and security in the math, and she's like wants to feel safety and security and feel like she's talking to a friend. I was concentrating on her because I felt like she was the decision maker, but I was kind of losing him along the way. I made a lot of mistakes. I was speaking really fast. The first thing I didn't do is, what do I talk to you guys about? Pace, lead. You guys remember pace, lead, right? Yeah. If you remember, like, contextually what that means not just mirroring and matching their body language. That also means mirroring and matching their language, the speed of and the tonality. And so I started taking all way off, and they were way back here, and she even stopped me at one point. She's like, "You're talking too fast." I'm like, "Fuck, god damn it." Wasn't paying attention, so I had to readdress this, and I had to slow it down a little bit. So I slowed it down. I was able to make some course corrections, and I was able to get these people. But at the end, it's about remembering and doing all of the things that we teach and practice. You guys will not remember all of the things that we're teaching in here and be able to implement these things. But if you catch up on a little of them, and it's okay to make mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. When I find myself in making mistakes, I course correct. It's a great opportunity for us to make some serious changes and stuff, to course correct and get better and improve. When she did that, that was a pattern interrupt for me. I'm like, oh, am I talking fast? I'm just talking like normal. I talk fast naturally. So like the idea was like, okay, now I have to slow it down, and I started pacing. And then I started leading. Then I started to pick up the tone, because now I started pacing them at their own communication style. And then I started leading them, and eventually I ended up leading them into the sale. Amen. But the wife wanted certainty. She wanted trust. She's going to fact check. In fact, she did fact check us after we left. She fact checked us, buys when stress is removed. So she needed stress removed from the equation. And the husband was just logical. He was just a numbers guy. He just wanted to see the numbers. And by the way, their bill, according to them, was going to be higher than what their actual bill was. I had it at 149. It was very hard to dissect the bill because they were on E27, and they'd been exporting a lot of energy back. But the resistance state, this is not rejection. So at the end, what do you think the husband said? I made good connections with the wife. What do you think the husband said at the end?
I think about it. My research.
No, close.
This doesn't make sense.
Nope.
Matt, you need some time?
What do you guys fucking hear all the time, dude? Come on.
Think about it.
Oh, I need to think about it. We'll call you tomorrow for sure. Oh, we're gonna call you. That's for sure. We got you on speed dial, dude. We're gonna call you for sure.
They never call us back.
We're gonna call you. We're gonna call you back. So the thing is that what saved the deal wasn't more data, wasn't more explaining, wasn't more urgency. Sometimes I get in a tendency to giving more information. I should just shut up a lot of times, according to my transcripts. So a lot of times I keep talking when I should just shut up, or I should pose a question. I shifted them from decide now to preserve the option while you decide. I created much more risk on not doing it today than waiting for tomorrow. So I created much more risk and much more pain. If we're talking about agitating pain, that strategy, that what we showed you guys, that works in every sort of context. And this is subcategories too. Like you could be inside of a sale, and sometimes you have to pattern interrupt when someone starts going down a road, and you'll start that cycle all over again. That's a sales cycle, what we just went through, just to let you guys know. Do you guys understand that?
Yes.
You sure? Reggie, are you sure?
Yes.
That was a sales cycle. So sales cycle, that's the big sales cycle, but that same sales cycle can go throughout in any sort of sales context or any sort of communication. By the way, it's communication with others as well. It's not just a sales related, but this is big time sales related because we're doing sales training right now. So the exact, what I wanted to teach you guys is validate the thinking. So when someone says that, like, this is my word track, this is exactly what I said to him. He said, yeah, we're gonna need to think about it, but we'll call you tomorrow for sure. This is what he said. Yeah. I'm thinking, yep, I'm like, I knew I lost him along the way because he was very unresponsive. I was concentrating on the wife. So I was like, yeah, I understand you guys have to think about it. This is a big decision. It's a long-term decision. It's 25 years. And if you look at this thing, they had already looked at the numbers as $45,000 over the next 20. She figured it out. She went and did her math and figured out it's $45,000 over the next 25 years. System add-on, by the way. And so she's like, yeah, that's a lot of money. 100%. And I would expect you guys to make an educated decision and feel good about the decision. Here's the thing though, we've got to start the process today. If we don't start the process today, if we wait, there's a possibility you guys will miss out on the deadline so that we won't be able to get you in under this umbrella. Now, I'm pretty sure that if this was $45,000 and you guys had to pay that in cash, this would probably be something you guys wouldn't do, right? He's like, yes. So like what we would like to do is we'd start the process today, give you all the time in the world to think about it because it is a big decision, because you have a lot to think about. And what we want to do is start the process today so we can get the ball rolling so you don't have to miss out. Immediately, I lowered the resistance from him by framing it like this, gave him the option of still getting out of this, but also reiterated what he was telling me. A lot of times when we hear objections, what's the main thing that we want to do?
Fight it.
Overcome it. So we know the alternative. We know whatever objection they're giving us. Like we know the alternative. We can answer that. What people want is they want to feel validated and they want to feel like we have some sort of empathy. I empathize with him. I did not sympathize with him. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you need a day? Okay, yes, absolutely, I understand that. It's a big decision. You just call me tomorrow, okay? No. Empathy is different. I understand where he's coming from. I'm acting as if I'm second position. So I see exactly where he's coming from. I immediately resolve that by saying, yeah, absolutely. This is a big decision. I understand why you need to think about this. I let him know that it's okay to think like that or feel like this, but then I still push forward. The second part of that step was agreeing, right? Agreeing and understanding kind of where they're at. Doesn't mean I'm agreeing with him, it means I'm just agreeing with his position, and then being able to leverage and finish and get past the finish line. What I think a lot of you guys probably struggle with on the doors or at the kitchen table is you struggle with getting to the finish line. So somebody says, you're like, oh, I'm not going to work with if we can't qualify you. They're like, okay, then go qualify me. Go qualify me and then come back. I know that happens to a couple people in here. Just a couple.
It does.
Just a couple. Like, absolutely. I understand exactly where you're coming from. Here's how this works. I'm going to grab your bill and I'm going to run this report. We're going to put this on the schedule so I don't forget about you. I collect these as I go. I've done 5 today and I will forget about you. And I know that you don't want to be forgot about because you want to be able to be in a position where you're saving money, where you're having certainty, where you're having a better quality life. You want control, you want freedom, and you want to ensure that you set up a financial fence around you and your family for the foreseeable future from protecting you guys from any power outages. I know that's something that you want. So I'm going to set this tomorrow. What day works good for you? By the way, this is tentative. I won't know if something pops up and this bill doesn't look good or we can't qualify. I'm not going to come back. I'll call you and I'll let you know that we couldn't do it. But I'm not going to lose track of you. So when would work tomorrow? What time would work tomorrow? Do I have mornings or afternoons? What time would work good for you? Friday. Okay, what time on Friday?
In the morning.
Friday? Okay, so 7 a.m.?
No, we'll do it around
6 a.m.?
11 a.m.
5 a.m.? 5 a.m.? Okay, gotcha, 5. Gotcha. I'm just playing, dude. I'm working out at 5 a.m. Really, I'm not, but let's go, okay? Okay, let's leave 11 a.m. And I just want to make sure that you and your spouse are going to be, by the way, I think your house has a pretty good chances of doing this, but if it doesn't work out, I'm not going to waste your time, I'm not going to waste my time, I just won't come back. So we'll see you at Friday, 11 a.m. A lot of stuff happens. By the way, if you don't hear from me, that's good news. That means I'm showing up with a report that looks good and feels good and is going to give you certainty. If I do text you or I do call you, that means it's not a good deal. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
So good. So just to make sure, 11 a.m. is going to work for you and your spouse, right?
I don't have a spouse.
Okay. So just by you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So 11 a.m. will work. Okay. All right. Good. So I'm going to run the report tonight. If it doesn't make sense, you'll hear from me tomorrow. If you don't hear from me one more time, I will see you at 11 on Friday. Okay? Is that agreeable?
Yep.
So you see how I just transitioned? I honored what he was saying, but I also made sure to let him know that this is our process and this is how we do things. When we go back to the set that to the person I talked to yesterday, she controlled the frame. Here's the thing. If they're giving you the objections and they're leading you out, who's controlling the frame? You or them? Them. If they're like, oh yeah, let me know if it works out, who's controlling the frame?
Them.
Are you in control?
No.
Never, right? And they just so I'm clear, who wants to be in control? Us or them?
Us.
Us, right? So do you want them framing you out or do you want to frame them out?
Frame them out.
You want to frame them out to 11 a.m. on Friday, right?
Yep.
You don't want to frame them out that you're going to have to call them, try and reach them, chase them down just to set the consultation, right? And you keep pushing. And by the way, too, a lot of you guys will be fearful because you're like, oh, I'll lose the sale. You didn't have the sale at the beginning anyways. Who gives a shit? Right. If you lost the sale, who cares? Move on, try and get another one. I think it was the first person that gave you the time of the day throughout the day, but who cares, dude? There's plenty more people where that came from. This is the thing, this is the difference between desperation and certainty. Certainty, knowing that every single person I talk to that gives me a no gets me closer to a yes. And being certain about this. Knowing that you are skilling up every single time that you do this, and also creating your own personal boundaries, right? If that guy would have told me like, oh no, we are going to, I would have said this. And I said this earlier, I think it was with Dimitri, this guy fucking was a jerk off. I mean, this guy was an absolute jerk off. I walked out. I'm like, okay, yeah, doesn't work for us. Yep, I'm not sending you that. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing anything that you want me to do. See you later. We're not doing the deal. Because he wouldn't even let me run the credit. He wanted to see the contract without giving me anything. No. That's not how this works here, bud. Not going to do it. No. This is what it's give. It's give. It's not give everything and then you just take. No, that's not how this works. I'm here to earn your business. I did a good job earning your business. If you're not going to give me something, I'm not going to be that desperate guy that's going to send you this and do all this work for you so you can say no or you can just ghost me. No, that's not how it works. You're going to give me something. This is a give. In these relationships, remember, this isn't about us being desperate. Who needs us? They need us more than we need them. By the way, everybody needs us more than we need them. And you need to be certain of this. If you're certain of this and you're talking to people, you have a new level of confidence. If you're not certain about that, you're not certain that they need us more than we need them, then you get desperate and you let them control the frame. You no longer have control. You've given all your personal power and control back to them. Right?
Yes, sir.
Does anybody in here want to give your personal power and control back to somebody else?
No.
Especially somebody that's going to lie to you. People are talking about sales guys that lie. Customers lie.
Yes.
Dude, all the time. Like, I don't know. Like, they're like, oh, there's a bunch of scumbag sales guys. Yeah, there's a bunch of scumbag customers out there too. I'm going to call you tomorrow. That never happens, by the way. Never happens. Oh, you're going to call me tomorrow? Okay, I'll wait by the phone. What time are you going to call me? 11? Okay, I'll be waiting for your call. Never happens. You call them, they ghost you. You keep calling them, they ghost you. Send them a couple texts, they block you. Like, I thought they were going to call me. One of the things you guys said, they probably had the intention of doing that. They had the intention of calling you, but they had the intention, they maybe had a slight little intention, but they never meant to do that. They're letting you down nicely, telling you they're going to call you tomorrow because you didn't build enough value to get them interested. At the end of the day, if you're not able to set a consultation at the door, you can't push the envelope, you can't get them to do this, those people are highly unlikely that they're ever going to move forward. If you're at the kitchen table and you're doing a presentation and you gave it your all and you did the best you could, and these people are saying they need to think about it, you did not do good enough to build enough value. Now, you might have felt you did good enough, but it's the information received that's the reflection of what we did. Not how we feel we did, it's how they respond to the information we give them. And that works on the doors and in the home. That's on sort of any sales context. We can think we're God's green earth, right? Like, oh, I'm the best. But if you're not making deals and you're not being received properly, that means you're not the best and you have some work to do.
Amen.
So at the end of the day, it's course correction. You have to make some course corrections so that you guys can get these deals. Go ahead.
So what happened on that last appointment when they asked you, or he said, I'm going to call you back tomorrow?
I closed it down. What are you talking about, son?
That's what happened?
What do you mean, dude? Yeah, didn't you just hear my response?
Yeah, so I mean...
We gotta do this before you miss out, dude. Like, yeah, we're gonna start the process. We gotta come and do the site survey of a digital system.
Good.
I'm not gonna make any promises that we can meet this criteria, but we're gonna do our best to make this happen. Now, I know that you guys want this. I know that you guys don't want to miss out. I know that we want to at least start the process so that if you make this decision in a couple months and you still make the decision that you want to do this, that we can still move forward, right?
Yeah.
So I know that there's a position. Now, if they're like, no, that's not a deal, and I'm gonna call them out. Like, okay, so this makes no sense. You're trying to let me down nicely. I'm a big boy. I can take no's. If it's a no, it's a no. Because what I hear you saying is a no. Because if you're not even willing to make this little tiny concession, you're not even interested in this. I failed to do my job. I'm so sorry. I must have failed to communicate effectively to you how important this is. So did I fail to I failed to do that, right?
Well, I mean, if I can't give you my information to get the process started, then yeah.
Yeah. Right.
But you got the deal.
I got that deal, and I'm getting most of my deals,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm able to leverage that frame.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's about leveraging that frame. Now, the other thing too is making sure all the variables are there. The other thing, Adam, Make sure that if you're ever setting compensation, you make sure the spouse is there. Don't set one-leggers. Make sure both spouses are present and that you sit there doing both spouses. But if the one takeaway that you guys gain here is that if you're not making a lot of appointments a day, if you're not making deals, you've got to really evaluate your approach. You've got to really think about what is something that I need to do, what is something I can do to change my circumstances, to change the outcomes. Because what I'm doing right now, I'm not getting the outcome I want. And so I've got to change something up. I've got to do something different to be able to achieve that outcome. Because if you keep doing what you always got, you're going to keep getting what you always had. We'll be done. That's fine.
Push in English language a little bit, you know?
That's right, that's right. As we go, we can just go with God. Hey, let's just do some incorrect grammars. But at the end of the day, we're in a great position to be able to try and do and have anything. You're in a position to be able to refine yourself, get better, implement things that you heard, implement things that you talked about, implement thoughts that you had, and be able to see if these ideas work. Now, what happens is if you get stuck in these ruts and you're not making the deals, you've got to switch it up. You've got to change it up. You've got to act something different than what you've always been, which will require you to get uncomfortable. Some of us need to get uncomfortable. We need to try something else out so that we get some different results than what we've been getting. I'm going to challenge everybody in here. If you're not getting the results that you think you should get, you got to change something up and you got to switch it up so that you can get those desired results. So let's go. Let's go.